I envision that a person who tunes into this show will see a sincere, whole woman who's still working on some areas. I envision that they will see someone who brings some experience to the table, whether it's my personal experience or tried and true of others, to build a woman. I personally separate the word woman and lady on purpose. To me, a woman handles all her business and knows when to be a lady. Okay, and to me, a lady may not necessarily be a woman, and that's not a negative. She needs a few more props than maybe a woman does, but that doesn't make it negative. When I say props, maybe she needs the 97th compliment to feel good about herself. Maybe she needs this and needs that. To me, a woman and a lady aren't brass. No, they don't put up with, bull crap, but they also don't walk around acting like they're a man or, real, I don't need nobody, I don't need nothing, and a lady doesn't have a certain look. Well, I guess she can. A woman and a lady can have a certain look or aura about them, but you really won't know until they open their mouth to see. You can guess and gather a lot of stuff just from looks alone, the physical. But after that, once they open their mouths, then you'll see where they're coming from. And I also think there shouldn't be judgment, too. On this show, there won't be judgment in the sense that this is bad, that is bad, this is good, this is good. Really, where you are is where you are, and who you are is who you are. And all I say is find out what all your strengths are and walk in them and continue to undergird them. And if you can build on them, build on them. Find out what your weaknesses, your flaws, whatever they may be called, areas you're working on, and do just that. If you can work on them, great. And I was with a major sales company, and one of the things they taught us in one of our meetings is, if you have an area that is a weakness of yours or you're not good in that area, you can do one of two things. You can either hire it done, or you can learn it. So if it's an area that's a weakness, do your best to say, okay, like for me, seriously, I'm a procrastinator. And the bad part about it is I not only procrastinate, but I can also avoid things. I've got to deal with this issue, got to deal with this situation. Oh my goodness, I'll put it off. Let me put it off a few hours. Let me put it off a few days. And so that procrastination feeds into that avoidance. And I used to say to myself, girl, I love you, but when you put that off, you make it harder on us, because now look at us, we're 2-3 days behind. Now we got to get that caught up while we're still trying to stay caught up on the rest of the stuff. So to know some of your weaknesses, there's nothing wrong with that. And the more you know them, you don't focus on them. But when you catch yourself doing that, that's when you pull yourself aside, by the collar, or just, excuse me, we can't afford this. You're throwing us off, and it's that kind of a thing. So it's not a judgment thing. Know your strengths and walk in them. Your weaknesses, do your best to overcome them. Get somebody to help you in that area. Hire it done. If it's like, I hate to clean, and yet I hate a messy house because I can't think and focus. Well, then maybe you want to spend that extra money and get a cleaning person to come in once a week, or a relative or something that you'll pay them something. So it's that kind of stuff that they'll see on this show. Real down to earth. Make it happen. Be who you are, no matter who you are and where you are in your life, and don't accept other people's judgments. If they do, just, dust off your shoulders and throw it back. You don't need it. You don't know if this is their season to give you that information, especially if they do it in a judgmental way. It probably isn't their season. I envision other people on the show, because it's only just me, and it's good to get a lot of different perspectives, or at least a lot of good information from different people who have been there, done that, or still doing that. If there's anyone who would want to be a part of the program, and in any of the areas I've mentioned, or they may even want to give me suggestions, or say, can you talk on this topic? Can you talk about that? They can contact me on theblackpearl7@yahoo.com.